Do you believe that loneliness and depression are merely villains in your story? Think again. Imagine unraveling an age-old secret that turns these feelings into powerful weapons for self-awareness and resilience. Yes, I'm talking about Stoicism, a philosophy that has challenged and transformed lives over the centuries. But here's the twist. What if these dark moments were, in fact, invitations to a journey of inner discovery and unwavering strength? Get ready, because I'm about to reveal not one but 8 Stoic antidotes that promise not only instant relief, but a personal revolution. If you're ready to see the light at the end of the tunnel and arm yourself with ancient wisdom to combat loneliness and depression, stick with me. Your mind will never be the same again. Before we delve into the heart of the matter, if you haven't already, take a moment to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. It's just one click for you, but it means the world to us. This supports the channel and keeps you updated with all our latest ideas and strategies for a Stoic way of life. Ready to get started? Step 1. Understanding. Impermanence. Imagine for a moment you walking along a road surrounded by the fleeting glow of dawn. The words of Emperor Marcus Aurelius resonate in your mind. Everything you hear is going to die. Everything you see is going to die, and remember, you are going to die too. It may seem bleak at first glance, but there is a light, a hidden hope in these words. Think with me, if everything is temporary, wouldn't loneliness and depression also be mere visitors on our journey? In this reflection, we discover a powerful antidote to the weight of permanence: acceptance. Accepting this universal truth is like opening the windows of the soul to let in the fresh air of freedom. Yes, the freedom to know that every moment of sadness, every phase of isolation has its end. But how can we apply this wisdom in our daily lives to alleviate the burden of these feelings? Let's start with a simple exercise in perspective. When you feel engulfed by loneliness or sadness, allow yourself a moment to observe nature. See how the seasons change, how the flowers bloom and wither, all in a constant cycle of renewal. This is the dance of existence, a reminder that nothing remains static. Now reflect on your own experiences. Think of a difficult moment you have overcome in the past. At the height of that situation, it might have seemed like there would never be an end to that pain, right? But here you are reading these words, a living testimony that overcoming is possible. Each of these moments is evidence of our ability to rise from the ashes, to transform pain into strength. And what if I told you that this strength comes from within, that each of us possesses an inexhaustible reserve of resilience? Yes, it's true. The simple act of taking a deep breath, of taking one step after another, is a statement of resistance against the storm. Life, with its ups and downs, is our greatest teacher, teaching us to appreciate the light in moments of darkness. So, what can we do to embrace this truth and move forward? Here's a suggestion. Start a gratitude journal. Every day, take a moment to write down at least 3 things you are grateful for. It can be as simple as a friend's smile or the taste of your morning coffee. This practice has the power to change your perspective, helping you see the beauty in the little things, even on cloudy days. And remember, you are not alone on this journey. Each of us carries our own battles, our own fears and dreams. By sharing our stories, by reaching out to those in need, we strengthen the bonds that unite us as a community, as humanity. So I invite you to reflect on Marcus Aurelius' words, not as a reminder of mortality, but as a call to life. An invitation to live fully, with the awareness that every moment is precious and fleeting. Loneliness and depression, as real and challenging as they may be, are just parts of a larger cycle, a cycle that offers us countless opportunities to grow, learn, and love. So what will be your next step? How will you use this understanding to light the way, not only for yourself, but also for those around you? Remember, change starts with a small action, a gesture of kindness, a word of support. We are all connected in this web of life, each with the power to make a difference. Let these words be your beacon, guiding you through the shadows to a place of light and hope. Life is an incredible journey, full of ups and downs, but always, always worth it. Let's walk together with an open heart and a clear mind towards a bright future. Number 2, the exercise of the present moment. Now let's dive deeper into a thought that has the power to radically transform our life experience. Imagine Marcus Aurelius, with his timeless wisdom, sharing with us a jewel of knowledge. Focus only on the present, on nowhere else. This simple phrase carries within it a universe of freedom. But what does it really mean in our daily lives, especially in moments when we feel surrounded by loneliness or consumed by sadness? The past is often a labyrinth of what-ifs, a fertile ground for regret and nostalgia. The future, on the other hand, is a blank canvas where we paint our fears and anxieties, constantly asking ourselves, what now? But here's the crux of the matter. Neither the past, with its unchangeable memories, nor the future, with its uncertainties, are where life truly unfolds. Life happens in the now, in this very moment, as you read these words. Have you ever stopped to appreciate the wonder of being alive? Have you noticed how extraordinary it is to breathe, to feel, to experience the world around you? Each moment is a gift, a unique opportunity to connect with the essence of who we are, to recognize the beauty and richness of life pulsating around us. To cultivate this presence, this deep connection with the now, how about we try a small exercise together? Pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Feel the air filling your lungs, the rhythm of your heart, the sensation of your feet touching the ground. Look around. What do you see? What sounds can you hear? Is there something you can touch, smell, taste? This moment, however simple it may seem, is your life happening. It's where everything becomes possible. Adopting this posture of full presence has a powerfully liberating effect. By focusing on the now, we release the weight of the past and let go of the shackles of the future. This doesn't mean ignoring the lessons of what we've lived or ceasing to plan for what's to come. It means, yes, recognizing that the only moment we can truly live, change, love, and grow is the present. But how do we maintain this focus on the now, especially when loneliness knocks at the door or when sadness seems to envelop everything? The key is in cultivating gratitude and seeking beauty in the little things. Be grateful for the sun shining, for the rain falling, for the smile shared with a friend, or even for the opportunity to be alone, because even in loneliness, there is room for discovery and growth. And remember, every person you meet, every situation you experience, is an opportunity to be present, to offer your attention, your care, your listening. By doing so, we not only enrich our own life experience, but also touch the lives of others in a positive way. 3. Distinguishing between what we can and cannot control. Epictetus, a wise figure in Stoicism, offers us an invaluable lesson. It is not what happens to us, but our reaction to what happens to us that hurts us. This perspective serves as a beacon of hope, especially as we navigate the turbulent waters of loneliness and depression. It reminds us that while we cannot control the adverse winds of life, we have the helm of our responses, our thoughts and actions. But how can we exactly apply this wisdom, turning our journey into one of growth and empowerment? First, it is vital to recognize the nature of the thoughts and feelings we experience. When loneliness or depression engulfs us, it is easy to be swept away by a tide of negativity. However, if we remember Epictetus's words, we can begin to see these moments as opportunities to practice resilience, consciously choosing how we will respond to these emotions. Imagine for a moment that your thoughts are like clouds passing through a blue sky. Some are dark and heavy, others light and ethereal. You have the option to fixate on the stormy clouds, or to remember that behind them, the sky is still clear and blue. This exercise in detachment can help you realize that your thoughts and feelings are temporary, and that you have the ability to choose which clouds deserve your attention. Now let's talk about actions. The way we act in response to our challenges can profoundly transform our life experience. For example, faced with loneliness, you can choose to connect, reach out to old friends, engage in new activities, or join communities that share your interests. Each positive action is a step out of the shadow of loneliness toward the light of connection and belonging. And regarding depression, while it is a condition that often requires professional support, there are daily actions that can strengthen your response to it. Activities such as physical exercise, mindfulness practice, healthy eating, and seeking out moments of joy and gratitude can be powerful allies on this journey. Furthermore, when facing these challenges, remember that you are not alone. Many have walked these roads before you, and many will walk after. Sharing your experiences, whether through conversations with friends, support groups, or even artistic expression, can not only lighten your burden but also illuminate the path for others. Epictetus encourages us to focus on what is within our reach. Our greatest influence lies within ourselves, in our thoughts, our choices, our responses. By adopting an active stance towards life, recognizing that we have the power to shape our experience, we open the doors to a richer and more meaningful existence. So I invite you to reflect, how can you apply this wisdom in your life? What small actions can you take today to transform your response to the challenges you face? Remember, every step, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction, and every conscious choice is a victory over circumstances, a testament to your strength and your ability to grow and thrive, no matter what life brings. I hope this content so far has been the stimulus for the beginning of your own renewal. Therefore, comment, "I will be a new person." Let's start a renewal here and now. Number 4. Developing resilience through adversity. Seneca, one of the most prominent thinkers of Stoicism, left us with a transformative perspective. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Imagine for a moment this idea in action, especially when facing emotional challenges, such as loneliness and depression. At first, these feelings may seem formidable adversaries, shadows that darken our existence. But what if instead we saw them as disguised teachers, each bringing valuable lessons about resilience, self-awareness, and the capacity for overcoming? Loneliness, for example, can be an invitation to delve deeper into our inner world, discovering forgotten passions, unexplored interests, or even strengthening our ability to find happiness independently of others' company. It challenges us to be our own friends, to know ourselves on deeper levels, revealing strengths and vulnerabilities that we may not have recognized before. Similarly, depression, although a condition that requires professional care and attention, can also teach us about our limits, the importance of asking for help, and the power of self-acceptance and self-care. In its shadows, we can find the light of our own compassion, learning to be kind to ourselves in moments of greatest difficulty. So how can we apply these lessons on our journey? First, it is essential to recognize and accept our feelings without judgment. Allow yourself to feel, understanding that each emotion has its role and its time. Then, seek ways to nurture your mind and body. Meditation, physical exercise, reading, art, and any activity that brings joy and satisfaction. Moreover, The power of human connection cannot be underestimated. Sharing our experiences, whether of struggle or triumph, creates bridges of empathy and understanding. Do not hesitate to seek support, whether from friends, family, or professionals. Remember, asking for help is an act of courage, not weakness. Furthermore, turn your experience into action. Volunteer, get involved in causes that are dear to you, contribute to your community. By doing so, we not only expand our world, but also reinforce the sense of purpose and belonging. Finally, cultivate gratitude. Even on the darkest days, there is always something to be grateful for. This practice changes our lens on life, helping us focus on what we have, not what we lack. The journey through loneliness and depression is not easy, but it is filled with opportunities for personal growth and transformation. See each challenge as a chance to strengthen your mind and spirit, just as physical work strengthens the body. With each step, each breath, you are building a more resilient, understanding, and fulfilled version of yourself. So I ask you, what lessons do these disguised teachers have for you? How can you use these teachings to illuminate your path and perhaps the path of others? Life is a school rich in knowledge, where each difficulty has the potential to be a step on the ladder of our personal development. Let us embrace this journey with courage, openness, and hope. Fifth, the practice of self-sufficiency. Seneca, with his insight into human nature, presents us with a revolutionary idea. Happiness is not needing anything. This notion challenges many contemporary beliefs about what it means to be happy and where to find that sought-after state of contentment. But how can we apply this Stoic principle in our struggle against loneliness and find a safe harbor within ourselves? First and foremost, it's crucial to understand that seeking happiness in external factors, whether in material possessions, social status, or even in personal relationships, is a journey with an uncertain destination. Although these elements may bring temporary joy, they are by nature unstable and fleeting. True happiness, as Seneca suggests, arises from self-sufficiency, from the contentment that comes from within, independent of external circumstances. But how do we cultivate this state of internal contentment? The journey begins with the practice of reflection and meditation, powerful tools for understanding our desires, motivations, and deepest values. By dedicating time to getting to know ourselves better, we begin to discern between what we truly need to be happy and what is simply desired under the influence of external pressures. Moreover, Stoicism teaches us the value of gratitude and appreciation for what we already have. In a world where we are constantly seeking more, taking a moment to express gratitude for what is present in our lives is a revolutionary exercise. In doing so, we not only recognize the value of what we have, but also reduce our dependence on external elements to find satisfaction. The practice of self-sufficiency also involves developing a resilient mind, capable of facing challenges and adversities without losing balance. This is achieved not by avoiding difficulties, but by consciously confronting them, recognizing that each obstacle is an opportunity to grow and strengthen character. Looking at loneliness in this light, we can begin to see it not as a threat, but as an opportunity to practice self-sufficiency. Loneliness can be an invitation to explore our own interests, passions, and potentials. Instead of seeking to fill the void with the presence of others, we can learn to appreciate our own company, finding joy and contentment in the simple activities of daily life. Ultimately, the message of Stoicism is clear. The key to happiness lies within us. It does not depend on having more, doing more, or being more, but rather on cultivating a state of contentment and gratitude for what we already have. In this pursuit, we discover that self-sufficiency is not a lonely journey, but a path of deep connection with the essence of who we truly are. So I ask you, what can you do today to find more contentment within yourself? How can you cultivate a more resilient mind and a more grateful heart? Remember, each step in this journey of self-awareness and self-sufficiency is a step towards a fuller and more meaningful life, where happiness is a conscious choice, not a product of circumstances. Sixth, the practice of gratitude. Epictetus, with his timeless wisdom, proposes a mental preparation exercise that, at first glance, may seem counterintuitive. He suggests that we begin each day anticipating the challenges we may encounter: interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness. But why would he advise us to focus on the negative? The key to understanding this practice lies in transforming our perception and reaction to everyday events. By preparing ourselves to face these adversities, any gesture of kindness or goodness we encounter becomes an unexpected gift and gratitude, consequently a refreshing balm for the soul. This practice is not an invitation to pessimism, but rather a way to strengthen our emotional resilience. By anticipating difficulties, we are not caught off guard by them. This strategy allows us to maintain calm and composure in the face of adverse situations, reducing the possibility that our emotions will overpower us. When we then encounter acts of kindness or generosity, our appreciation for these moments is heightened because they surpass the expectations we had set for the day. Imagine for a moment how this shift in perspective can profoundly influence our experience of loneliness. By mentally preparing ourselves for the possibility of facing the day alone, without expecting recognition or company, any positive interaction or gesture of friendship becomes a ray of sunshine piercing through the clouds, a source of joy and gratitude. This practice teaches us to value and find satisfaction in the small kindnesses of life, transforming our everyday experience. Furthermore, by cultivating gratitude in this way, we begin to realize that we are not as alone as we thought. Kindness exists around us, in forms that we may not have noticed before. This recognition can inspire us to extend the same kindness to others, creating a chain of positivity that not only alleviates our own loneliness, but also that of those around us. The practice of gratitude, encouraged by Epictetus, is a powerful antidote to loneliness. It reminds us that even in the most difficult moments, there is always something for which we can be grateful. Whether it's a friendly smile, a gesture of kindness from a stranger, or simply the beauty of a new day, there is always a gift waiting to be discovered if we are open to seeing it. So I invite you to try this practice. When you wake up, mentally prepare yourself for the challenges the day may bring, but also remain open and receptive to moments of beauty and kindness. Note these moments, reflect on them, and see how gratitude can transform your perception of loneliness and enrich your life experience. Number 7. Connection with nature. Marcus Aurelius, with his profound wisdom, invites us to contemplate the interconnection of all things, especially our intrinsic relationship with the natural world. Constantly consider how all things connect with all others, he advises. This thought, more than a mere philosophical exercise, offers a valuable path to finding peace and purpose, especially when we face feelings of isolation or loneliness. By connecting with nature, we are reminded that we are not isolated entities, but parts of a larger fabric that makes up the universe. Each tree, each river, each mountain, and each creature plays a role in this grand scheme, just as we do. This perception can be incredibly comforting, especially in moments when we feel disconnected or isolated from others. But how can we cultivate this connection with the natural world in our daily lives? Start by spending time outdoors. whether hiking, gardening, or simply sitting in a park to observe life around you. Allow yourself to be present, noticing the colors, sounds, and smells. See how plants grow, how animals move and interact, and how the cycles of nature unfold, regardless of human concerns. This mindfulness exercise in nature not only brings us peace and serenity, but also teaches us about resilience, cycles, and renewal. Nature constantly faces challenges and adversities, storms, droughts, harsh winters, but always finds a way to adapt and flourish again. This is a powerful metaphor for our own lives, reminding us that despite the challenges and loneliness we may face, we also possess the ability to persevere and be reborn. Additionally, by engaging in activities that promote conservation and sustainability, we reinforce our connection with the natural world and contribute to the well-being of the planet. This can increase our sense of purpose and belonging, alleviating feelings of isolation by reminding us that our actions have importance and impact. Furthermore, as we reflect on the interconnectedness of all things, we are encouraged to cultivate compassion and empathy, not only for other people, but for all living beings and the planet itself. This expansion of our sphere of concern can profoundly transform our experience of loneliness, replacing it with a sense of unity and communion with life in all its forms. Therefore, I encourage you to take Marcus Aurelius's advice seriously. Dedicate time to connect with nature, to observe and learn from it. Let this connection remind you of your own strength, resilience, and the value of your contribution to the world. By doing so, you may find that the feeling of isolation begins to dissipate, replaced by a profound sense of belonging to the fabric of life. Eighth, service to others. Musonius Rufus, a Stoic less known than Epictetus or Marcus Aurelius, but equally insightful, reminds us of a fundamental principle of both Stoicism and human existence. We are inherently part of a broader community, and the well-being of that community directly contributes to our own. What is good for the hive is good for the bee is not just a metaphor about bees and hives, but a powerful lesson about interdependence, cooperation, and the value of service to others. This view invites us to expand our perception of identity and purpose, suggesting that by engaging in actions that benefit others, we find an effective antidote to loneliness. But how exactly can serving others reinforce our bonds with those around us and alleviate feelings of isolation? Firstly, by directing our attention and efforts to helping others, we break down the barriers of selfishness that often isolate us. This act of stepping out of our own heads and concerns to focus on the needs of others creates a bridge between us and the outside world, revealing our ability to positively impact someone else's life. Moreover, serving others puts us in contact with people who may share our interests, values, and passions. Whether volunteering for a local cause, participating in community groups, or even offering small acts of kindness in everyday life. Each interaction has the potential to sow meaningful connections. These connections, in turn, reinforce our sense of belonging and purpose. Serving others also has the power to change our perspective on our own problems. When faced with the struggles and challenges of other people, our own loneliness may seem less overwhelming. This does not diminish our experiences, but offers us a new context, reminding us that we all face difficulties and that together we can find strength and solutions. Furthermore, the practice of altruism is often accompanied by a deep sense of gratification and fulfillment. Studies show that helping others can increase our levels of well-being, reduce stress, and even improve our physical health. This happens because, at a fundamental level, we are social beings, programmed to cooperate and form bonds with our fellow humans. Therefore, I invite you to reflect on how you can serve others in your community. It can be as simple as listening to a friend with empathy, or as engaged as starting a community project. Remember, each act of service strengthens the hive, and in doing so, strengthens each bee within it, including yourself. By dedicating ourselves to the common good, we not only alleviate our own loneliness, but also contribute to a more connected and compassionate world. If you've made it this far, it's because, like us, you believe in the power of personal transformation and are ready to embark on the journey toward a better version of yourself. But make no mistake, this is just the beginning. In our channel, each video is a new door opening to the universe of self-awareness, resilience, and Stoic wisdom that awaits you. So why stop now? Imagine the countless possibilities that unfold as you delve deeper into this path, the inspiring stories and revolutionary strategies that are within your reach with just one click. If this video was the beacon that guided you through the shadows of loneliness and depression, think of what else we can explore together. Therefore, if you felt that spark of curiosity, that impulse to want more, I invite you. Subscribe to our channel and activate notifications. Don't let the journey stop here. Comment with your experiences and share with those you know need to hear this message. Together, let's build a community of restless minds and resilient hearts, all in search of their best version. Because in the end, the true journey begins now. Are you coming with us?